the AFC. Bucky is back, but Acho, are Baker's Browns for real?
Oh, yes, and yes, sir. They have been for real, though, Sel. Like, that's what's so crazy to me is you're asking me this like it's some sort of tough question. Like, there's a trick. Like, hey, Acho, are they for... Yes, they for real. They do everything you need a good football team to do.
Everything?
They run them everything. Run the ball, stop the run, turnover battle. They win the turnover battle. They have a great pass rusher in Myles Garrett. They have an elite cornerback in Denzel Ward. They do everything you need them to do. So I don't understand how you can say that they're not for real. Last 4 games, ooh, Baker Mayfield going crazy. Like, not only is he being good, Sel, he's being elite. Last 4 games, a quick full screen if we don't mind. 10 touchdowns, 1 pick. Look at completion percentage, because Marcellus, you love that.
That's my favorite.
So much for that stat.
That's my favorite.
But look at completion percentage, 70%. Passer rating, 117. But Marcellus, Baker knew we were going to have this topic. So I saw a play, and I said, Baker must have done this just for Marcellus Wiley. I said, we got to pull this play. Because Baker could have taken the easy route to David Njoku right here. Njoku's wide open, but he's like, nope. I got a showboat for Marcellus. I can hit the layup. I want to hit the 3. He chose to make an even more difficult pass when he could have taken the layup because he knew Marcellus Wiley was going to try to come at his neck. Baker Mayfield is for real. The Cleveland Browns are for real. Kevin Stefanski is for real. You better start putting some respect on their names, Sal.
He ain't even seeing Joko threw that ball. He didn't know what he was throwing that ball through. Throw that ball out of the damn end zone. Oh, touchdown, yay! He was at the 3-yard line. You talking about 3-pointer. That wasn't no long touchdown. I could lay down and go from the end zone to that ball. That wasn't that far. Get out of here. Okay, Baker Mayfield and the Browns, are you for real? No. You're not for real. Like, for real? For real? Like, y'all gonna do something? Like, FRs, these kids always hit me up. At first, I was like, fruh? I'm like, what the hell does that mean? These kids hitting me, texting me, talking about fruh. I was like, all right.
Yo, real talk, I still didn't know what that meant until you said it right now.
Oh, real?
I see it on social media like FR.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a typo.
Dog, we are acting like our parents. Fruh? No, they're not fruh. Let me tell you why they're not fruh. This is simple. Baker Mayfield, I'm going to ask one question. I'm going to get to my full screen, then I'll get into my take. Let Bucky go and take it away wherever he's going to take it. Are they good against good teams? Acho always, when it's someone he doesn't like or any other team in the league or any other quarterback, he always says, well, what do you do against the other playoff teams, the other good teams? I'm going to just pose the same question. Let's look at this right now. Baker Mayfield being half-baked. His record versus teams that are under 500, impeccable. I mean, if they could just make the postseason, the Baker Mayfield Browns would be Super Bowl champions. But that's not who makes it. It's the teams on the right side, that category, the teams above 500. And I didn't say perfect. I didn't say 1 loss. I said just above 500. And then look at that completion percentage that I love so much. Look at the giveaways that I don't like. And that passer rate, ooh, Baker Mayfield. Take that away. He's fool's gold. You know why? Because everyone is getting lost in the outcome of these games and thinking that, oh, I should marry the outcome of the game to the performance of Baker Mayfield. You can't do that. Baker Mayfield lit it up yesterday. He's had moments where he lit it up. He hasn't had consistent moments where he lights it up. But yesterday he did. 84% completion percentage in that game. What a guy who is still on the season at 64%, which is 30th in the NFL. Damn near at the bottom in the NFL. When you light it up and have an 84% game, you know what that means? Most of the times, you're not living up to that standard or even close to it. So when I look at a guy and a team that is still posting, Acho, I need Acho's face on this one.
What's up, dog?
Acho.
What's up?
The Cleveland Browns have a negative point differential, and they're 10-4. You can't make this up. The Cleveland Browns are 17th in the entire NFL in point differential. There are 15 teams
that sounds smart.
that have positive point differential. They're between the Bears and the Patriots in point differential. That's what kind of team they really are, too, when they go against a team that's going to take away plan A. But the point is, Acho wants me to anoint a team that hasn't even scored more points than they're giving up. Acho, Bucky, anybody?
Hey, real quick, Buck. I need a little something right here. I need a little meat on that bone real quick, Bucky. Look, if anything, Marcellus, you thought you was killing me with that take. you was really giving me strength because you said that the Browns have a bad point differential, but still 10-4.
Negative.
All that means to me is when they lose, they earn them losses. That's it.
They get smashed.
I got smashed on fantasy football yesterday. I lost like 200 to 119. I woke up this morning and I said, at least I didn't lose close, because a loss is still a loss. When the Browns take their L's, they take their L's, and they get them out the way. What's up,
You ain't
Buck?
teaching no kids that.
No, so here's the thing, because we have to separate too, because like you're such the number 6 homer that I want to make sure that I give him his proper respect while also acknowledging the Browns as a dominant, well, a team that's emerging as a dominant team in the AFC. When I look at this team, I really like how they play. I like the running game. I like Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. They have a dominant 1-2 punch in the backfield. When I look at this offensive line, the offensive line is terrific. They move people. They mash people. That's why they can control it in the trenches. You go to the defense side of the ball. They're dominant in the trenches. Sheldon Richardson, Olivier Vernon. You look at Myles Garrett. That is how you win. The only question that I have for the Browns is Baker Mayfield. And I thought for a minute you slipped and uttered elite quarterback, but you were talking about cornerback and Denzel Ward. And so I had to get off my thing because I said, did he just say elite
Me too.
quarterback?
Me too.
And so I get that. But look, I will give Baker Mayfield his credit. He has been terrific the last 4 weeks. He has thrown the ball well. He has done a great job of getting it to the playmakers. He's playing within the system. The performance he put on last night against the Giants was almost virtuoso. But that's what you expect from the number 1 overall pick. He's supposed to do those things. It would be like, I'm surprised that he's doing those things. I shouldn't be surprised he came into the league as the number 1 overall. That's what he's supposed to do. And so, yes, it's working out well for the Browns. The Browns are in the mix. They should go to the playoffs unless they trick it off. But right now, the Browns are trending in the right directions. Kudos to Kevin Stefanski for putting it together. Great job.
As I sit here as the defendant, can I please speak to these 2 plaintiffs, if I will? Gentlemen, because the burden of proof, it does fall on you all. And I thought about this morning. I thought about this.
Doing a good job.
The only way that y'all can say the Browns are not a legitimized team, the only way y'all can do this is by saying Baker's not legit. That's your only plausible way. Can't talk about the run game. Can't talk about the skill positions. Can't talk about the pass rush.
We don't need
you can't talk. That's the only thing you can say.
That's all we need.
It was all you needed.
When?
Until Baker Mayfield has 10 touchdowns to 1 pick. It was all you needed until Baker Mayfield has a 70% completion percentage the last 4 games. It was all you needed. Sal, remember, because you said you hooped growing up.
1 year.
That's fine.
That wasn't good.
That's fine. Even we can talk track. We can talk any other sport.
Okay, good.
Whatever sport you want to talk.
Suck.
Remember, let's talk track then.
Yeah.
If the dude has great top-end speed, Usain Bolt, we know he had great top-end speed. But what did Usain Bolt struggle at?
Start.
Struggled at the start. Bucky Brooks, I just want to hear
And that's relatively speaking.
Relatively
Okay,
speaking.
let's
Bucky
chill.
Brooks, what did Usain Bolt struggle at?
The start.
The start.
He struggled
at the start. So if Usain Bolt, who's already invincible, if he took the one thing he struggled at and made it a strength, could he lose? Okay, where's Acho going?
Nowhere.
The Browns. What's the one thing, Sal, they struggled at? The quarterback position. Bucky, the Browns, what's the one thing they struggled at? The quarterback position. So if now the Cleveland Browns have taken the one thing that they struggled at and made it a strength, how in the world are y'all telling me that the Browns...
Get him, Bucky. You go first, Bucky, then let me get some of them ribs.
I wouldn't go so much and say it's a strength. He's playing well, but we've seen guys because, you know, in the previous segment, you said sample size when we were talking about Jalen Hurts. So let's make sure we use those same things. I like him to carry over. So when I think about sample size for Baker Mayfield, those last 4 games, he has been outstanding. He has absolutely been outstanding, beating up on the Munchkins, beating up on the Jaguars, the Titans' bad defense, the Giants, who are talent deficient because James Bradbury didn't play last night. So, yes, he has absolutely done a great job. Those are fantastic numbers. But you know what this reminds me of? Kevin Stefanski, I think you remember this, Acho. He came from the Minnesota Vikings. And a couple years ago, the Minnesota Vikings had a quarterback that played out of his mind in a similar system. I think his name is Case Keenum. And then Case Keenum had to play for real And then we saw what the real Case Keenum was about. And so part of the reason there's a little hesitancy about the Browns is because everyone has seen their quarterback struggle for a while, and they just want to make sure which Baker Mayfield is going to show up to the dance.